Rangers penalty. It was 90 minutes had gone, play continued, and then the referee was getting a call from VAR. I think most people hadn't seen it. Andrew Dallas was on VAR duty, and then when you played it back, it was Garterman, wasn't it, with on Goldson. So how did you see it?
It's a foul. It's a clear pull in the box from his pulling Golson's shirt, sorry. And for me, it's 100% a penalty. I know Barry Robson's frustrated after or angry. I'd be more angry at the defender, because he's no need. He doesn't need to do that.
Was Lammers trying to block?
Yeah, but you get blocks. That's part of when you go and you set up for set pieces. That's what you do. You try and block your opponents for getting a tight mark on you. But listen, I don't think the defender has to do it. Golson loses him in the box, and he clearly pulls his shirt back.
Mark, here's what Philippe Clement. Let's hear both managers at full time after the penalty. It was the 94th minute by the time it was given.
Yes, clearly it's a penalty. If you pull a shirt like that, you see clearly the shirt comes like this. It's a penalty. You cannot use your hands in that.
Yeah, I've watched it back. If we're going to stop the game all the time, I think when you see it, he's been blocked, so he's trying to get back to him. If we're giving penalties like this, or fouls, where are we going with this? You know, is everything scrutinised? So what I would ask, so VAR checks that, and why did it not check Goldson on Polvara? Was that not checked just after it? If we're going to check everything, we need to make sure that we do everything, we do it right.
And Barry, I should ask you, was there a case that Goldson, the block on Polvara?
Yeah, I don't think that's a penalty, Paul. I just think Barry's angry and frustrated because, listen, albeit Rangers dominated the game, but Aberdeen were holding out. To be honest, they defended really well. They had a bit of luck. We obviously a couple of attempts off the crossbar. The keeper made some good saves, but I don't know where he's coming from with the penalty. It's a clear penalty for Rangers.
Mark, how did you see it?
A penalty kick all day long. I mean, it is a penalty, and that's what Andrew Dallas is right to bring it to the attention of Nick Walsh. So it's a clear tug. The block by Lammers doesn't matter because the tug's already happened before the block, so that's redundant, that part of the argument. Where for me Barry Robson's argument is, and I've heard this from Stephen Naismith as well, and I agree with it, is those kind of tugs take place at pretty much every set piece. So there needs to be either you allow it or there should be more penalty kicks given, because we see that week in, week out, game in, game out. So again, this is where I would call for a bit of clarity from the SFA, from Crawford Allen, to just to come out to educate the supporters, and maybe educate some of us in the media and some managers and coaches and players. Is any tug a penalty kick? Are all tugs a penalty kick? What is it? Because you can't give a penalty for that and not give one for it. And Stephen Naismith had the exact same argument at Ibrox, and again he cited a block as being part of the problem. I don't agree with that. Again, the block, so it was a clear tug, but we're not seeing penalties being given. So the key point for me is it's a lack of consistency with the decision making.
Barry, would you agree? Lack of consistency every time there's a tug?
Yeah, I think one of the reasons as well is because Connor Golson goes to ground as well. That's where it comes to attention. Some if you watch, I watch pretty much every game it's on TV, and there's always grabbing and holding inside the box. And listen, I think Mark sums it up perfectly. I think Crawford Allen, it'd be good for him to come out and explain reasons why there's penalties been given and the reason why penalties haven't been given in the past.
Because Goldson was theatrical. It's not the tug that's made him go down, but it's experience, isn't it?
Yeah, but again, if I'm a teammate of that Aberdeen player, I'm raging.
What you do?
There's no need to do that, because it comes to the attention. Obviously the referee goes over and he watches it, and it's a clear penalty.